So what's your favorite way to transition from their first offer? Of course you're educating them. That's the main thing. So you're just like, hey, so did you know that your neighbor's house
Yeah.
sold this, or just ask some questions?
Yeah, and if they're in front of a computer too, I'll ask, okay, are you in front of a computer? Pull up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna show them exactly what I'm looking at. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's easy. You're not lying. You're like telling the God's honest truth. You're
Yeah.
just trying to make people understand the business decision that you're making, and if it works for them, great. If it doesn't, great. You got more leads. But that's where I feel like a lot of people they're just like begging for the deal, begging for the discount instead of like explaining. I had an
Yeah.
old lady reach out to me in my DMs yesterday, and I knew her from a town I used to live in out in Centon, Texas years ago. She's like, Travis, I watch your posts. Are you one of those cash buyers? And I was like, yeah, why? What do you? She's like, they just lowball. And I was like, well, give me the address you're talking about. And then I showed her my chart and I was like, this is what I gotta pay. And this is what I gotta make. Does that make sense? She's like, oh, thank you so much for telling me that. I thought y'all were like scam artists. She's like, but this makes sense. And
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's a business, right? Like,
Hmm.
help me help you. If it works, great. If not, I'm gonna go buy another lead.
Right. Yeah. I
But yeah,
don't think
anyways,
most
yeah,
people just don't understand the closing costs and all the fees involved. Like, I mean, I didn't when I saw it. I was like, damn.
it does cost that. If you're a realtor, like like, hey, you're getting your 3%. The other side's getting their 3%. Title policy's 1%. And the tax proration's got to get put in there. Like crap adds up, and you got to do that twice.
Hmm.
So you might be able to negotiate that more, but I really bank on worst case. Like I got to cover everything. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna negotiate it. But if I don't get to, I have to bank on doing it. But say I'm on the phone with this seller, I'm gonna say, hey, look, because I really love this comp, and don't get me wrong, I'm a find like 3 to 5. But if I come across one that looks like your house and it's around the corner, I'm gonna be like, can you please pull this up? And they'd be like, yeah. All right, look, this sucker's sold. Pull it up. You see it? Looks. Oh yeah, it looks. All right, cool. I know Zestimate says 340, but this thing sold for 290. And I'm gonna run my numbers based off that.
So showing them like a property like that, though, I mean, where's the leverage for you with that? I mean,
Because they want to sell quick, and they're like, well, great. I'm asking 260. This is 290, right? And this is why this is important to understand. It's like, okay, well, now that you know that's 290, I gotta be safe. I'm gonna say 280 because I'm just, I gotta be safe with the money. 200 something $1,000 is a lot of money, ma'am, sir, whatever. So like we gotta be very safe with this business decision. So I'm gonna say 280 just to be safe because we are in a down market. All right. I'm gonna be fair and say I'm gonna put 5,000 in this thing for cleanup. And I'm gonna explain this stuff to them. If I gotta put 5,000 and then I'm gonna spend upwards to 12%, $24,000 plus five, that's $30,000. If I'm buying this thing, or if I'm gonna resell this thing for 280 and I gotta subtract 30,000 from that, I'm at 250. And then I gotta make money. So, that's how I'm gonna educate people. Now they're like, well, I see where if they can get with you to that point and understand that your break even's 250, then it's just about, hey, how much do we think this person should really make off of us? And me, I'm not gonna do this for less than 30 grand.
no.
It's just personally, like, because there's so many good deals. So, and I really think we could push it. We could list it for 290, and we got room. You know, so that's how you want to educate them. Usually, people only buy anything. I don't care if it's a stick of gum. If they understand why they're doing it, it's gonna be clear as can be. So we can do another address if you want, and if you want to give it a shot too.
I
Um,
mean, I'm okay with that, but I have a question. So that software you use, did you put that up or
yeah,
is
this
that
is
a cheat
PropStream.
sheet you made? Okay.
This one's PropStream. There's a calculator in the group, and I should have pulled that one up. I didn't. I just had this up. I have so many calculators, but they're all the same. Like I did the
Yeah,
one
they
in
all
the
kind
group.
of.
Yeah, I did the one in the group for y'all. I'll show you that in a minute. Much simpler. But and I also want to show you this. This is what's really cool. Is I like seeing flip comps because I can see like what flippers are spending in the neighborhood. Let's pull dates to make sure we're not going too far back. All right. So I can, on some of these, I can see what flippers are spending to make their profit. Like this was, you know, they thought they were doing a wholesale. They lost money on this deal unless they held it for a little bit. Let me see. I know there's a 30K spread there, but y'all know there's costs, you know. Anyway, I like seeing this. There's nothing too crazy here. This one looks like a pretty good one. It was a townhouse. Somebody bought. Oh, they held on to it for 2 years, and then they didn't record. These were probably the good ones. They didn't record the prices, you know. But I like this software. But it doesn't matter. You don't need any fancy stuff to do any of this. I just like this because I don't have to pull the tax roll and the CADs and all this. Everything's here for me. I can see their mortgage. I've got some negotiating power. I got the tech. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on just using RPR?
I like RPR. And I'm gonna tell you a story. I had a deal locked up. I thought it was a really good wholesale, and PropStream had the 2 comps wrong. I pulled R up after I locked them up because I was doing my due diligence before I ordered inspection. And I'm like, what the hell? $60,000 difference on the comps. I've never seen that before. You know, it was a glitch or something. But I found it with RPR. So I like RPR. You can use RPR if you're good with it. That's cool too. And I know you already get it as a realtor. I like it.
Yeah, I use RPR and then I go to the MLS and then I pull them more in depth and then I add those listings that I find on the MLS into RPR if they don't automatically come up.
You're good. However you can do it. I don't like their RVMs on RPR, you know, but I mean, that's cool. You don't need that, you know.
I don't like them either. I think they're definitely off.
Yeah. I love RPR. I mean, the RPR saved my ass on this last deal. Like I said, because like the comps were just off. The realtor like lied to me too. It was a realtor that owned these properties, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my neighbor sold for 300," and the comp said 300, and then I pulled RPR after the fact, and I was like, "Hey, did you?" She's like, "No, I didn't know that."
Yeah.
Anyway, let me
Well, and I
pull.
like also that it gives us the mortgage information and all that stuff.
Yeah, it gives you all that at the bottom, the deed, you know, when they did the deed stuff. So yeah, RPR is just fine. And the big name of the game is like talking to sellers, you know, to find these deals. Let me see, mortgage. Yeah, you know, you can see all this stuff here. Tax, mortgage, deed, all that stuff. So let me pull our calculator and show y'all. I should be using that one. Let me see. I'll pull it from the group. I don't know what happened to it. Must have deleted on accident. So I want to show you how I designed this thing to make it like super easy. Oh, you know what? You could just go to, wait, you don't, because I know some people haven't done like flips and stuff like that. I wanted to make it to where you didn't really need that experience. Hell,
Yeah, I haven't done any of that. I've done REO properties with
that's fine.
ResNet.
Yeah, that's why I did this calculator the way I did. I need to lock this cell again, so don't touch this right now. I don't know why it's not locked. Anyways, what I did, so for your low end, for like your wholesale, let's do this for example. All right. Let's say we were saying that this one would move for 280. All right. And let's use this calculator because it'd be easier for everybody. Don't touch anything in the dark black. I'll lock them back. I don't know why they're not locked. That's weird. But say we just put in an amount here for right now. Sorry. While we're talking to them, and they're like, nothing needs to be done on this house. And it's I think it was 1,900 square feet, just under. So I have I have some columns here. And these are actual like dollar amounts you'll spend on a flip. Almost none is like $3 a square foot just for cleanup. And then lows like $25 a square foot medium, or 15, 25, 35. That's on average what you spend on a flip. So I didn't even want you to have to think about it. So almost none, like they said, okay, well, it's already, and they're like, well, you know what? The roof's never been replaced. Well, I'm gonna hit yes. It's gonna give you automatic rehab costs. You don't even have to think about it. Because I didn't want you to have a rehab experience to do this. And say that they were like, you know what, the AC is kind of on it's been like making a weird ass sound. Just hit yeah, making a weird ass sound too, right? So it's gonna do your rehab. It's already got your closing in here. If you're like, I don't want to buy this, you can throw a wholesale fee in there. I left that there. I was hesitant, but I put it there just in case somebody, needed it. So now it's saying, hey, you're not going to make any money. You're make $700 at 220 for this thing. You know, if you got to replace the AC and the roof and $3 a square foot. And most people would be like, oh, damn, $60,000 spread. You're not going to make any money. You
Yeah.
know, but now, okay, the AC is good. You know, you can make 10 grand. We don't really want that. So we know that we got to probably get them at, 200,000, I always miss a zero, to make that. Or say that they were like, you know what, like we've lived in this thing forever and I really do think some work needs to be done, but it's nothing crazy, Oh, hey, sorry, somebody's entering the room here. All right. I get to talking and I don't see people in the waiting room. So sorry if y'all ever do like group or something. So say that they were like, you know what, this thing does need some updating. Nothing crazy, but we've lived in it. We had kids as well, like we had kids here. It's like, okay, well maybe you should pick low end, and it's gonna calculate your new rehab, or maybe they're like, this thing's like it's gonna need some people coming through it. Or, it's like a gut job, and this is going to calculate your rehab for you that way while you're on the phone. And this is why like talking to sellers like this as much as you can is going to get you better because you really, when you get on the phone with them, you want to have the calculator up, you want to have the comps up, whatever softwares you like, and all your tools in front of you. And me personally, just like I'm talking to y'all, I talk through everything. Like I want you to I want the seller to understand exactly where my head's at. If we can't make a deal, I'm cool. Like no problem. But if we can, great. Does this calculator make sense? I don't know, just don't edit the stuff in the dark black. I'll fix the locking. I mean, I had it locked. I don't know why it's not. But anyways, the only thing you're gonna have to edit is the stuff in the light gray. That's it. And say that you didn't want to buy this thing. I mean, I'll tell y'all, I know these are wholesales, but say that for some reason you were like, I just don't have the time. I don't want to fool with this particular one, but I know I can make a quick buck. And it only needs like hardly anything. And it's like 40K if we get in, and they're cool with 200. And you're like, man, I'd love to just make a quick $10,000 and not have to mess with this thing.
Mhm.
Well, there's plenty of people that love wholesales and love making $30,000 that would pay you $10,000 for this deal. Plenty of people. Like I could throw a rock and hit one of them. So you could present this to somebody too, this chart, and be like, hey,
Mhm.
I think this thing would sell. I have data to show this thing would sell for 290, but I'm saying 280, and I've got it. Oh, you don't have to tell me, but I'd love to sell it to you for 210. That includes my fee. You can make 10 grand real quick too. However you want to look at that. And say that we ended up, say you're like, you know what, Travis, I want to do this deal. We do this deal and then we just split the profits, if you wanted to partner on it. So I've got plenty of backers. I've been doing this stuff forever. So got a Rolodex of people that'll just fund these things. So
Solid.
Paul, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Been doing some script training. Did you buy some leads earlier?
Yeah, I did. I made a couple of phone calls earlier. Neither one of them answered. And then I talked to the Donnie guy, the other day. You knew about that.
Yeah.
And then I bought one other lead, and it was land, and I really wasn't interested in it right now. So I just asked for a refund, and they're
Cool. All right. So did you want to do any of your, and I'm meeting with Kai after this to get your CRM set up. So I'll let you know how that goes too. I'm doing like
okay.
a,
What's that gonna look like? What's it gonna?
it's
Is
gonna
it?
look, it's gonna look like this. You have your own like access. You won't be able to see anybody else's stuff.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's usually expensive. They charge like almost 3 grand just to set it up.
Yeah,
And it's like
yeah.
$100 a month, but it's because like it's just all the bells and whistles. You don't have to have that. Like you could just have a spreadsheet for all I give a crap. But if you want, I do a lot of stuff, so like I kind of need this, but it's gonna look like this. You're gonna have your different pipelines. Say you have some speed to leads. And then you can just move them in different things. You can call through here. It'll do KP. It'll do the whole thing. It's got AI. It's got all sorts of bells and whistles.
Okay, but it's only gonna have my leads on there.
Yeah, you'll just go to your name and then you
Okay.
go to your leads. That's
Okay.
it. I'm gonna be setting it up with them after this. And what's cool on here is like whenever you're calling these, like you might buy 20 leads. You might have one answer that day. Like sometimes that's how it goes, or they might all answer, but you got to call them every day. But what's cool about whatever CRM you're using, whatever you're using, is set it up so that it does automatic follow-up. So like after I make this initial call, I'm going to move it over to follow-up. And what it's going to do at the follow-up stage, mine is, look, I didn't send this to them. So like they're responding. Who is this? All right, cool.
Uh-oh.
This is just my auto responses, so this came in the pipeline on the 13th. It looks like. Hey, I'm looking for Edward. Is Edward?
No, he's not. Can I ask his calling?
Very cool. Yeah. So this person was supposed to get us connected. And then when I move it to follow up, it does this automatically. Hey, it's Travis. I saw that you reached out about a property that you have. I'm interested in talking to you about it. If you could give me a call back at 361-443. That's automatic. Every time I move them, that's just how I have mine set up. It gives them a ringless voicemail. They're like, oh, this dude Travis called me. And then they get a text message like 5 minutes later, automatic. Hey, left your voicemail, offers lucrative. Everybody responds to this. So I mean, y'all could copy whatever. But what I'm doing is I wanted to do was for y'all to be able to have something without spending all that money. You know what I mean? So they agreed to do like a group thing. So I'm gonna go design it with them when we get off the call. But yeah, you'll have your own stuff just like this.
Awesome.
Yeah. But look, like this is automatic and he shoots me a price. I haven't been able to get him on the phone. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, do you want to do, I've got like 10 minutes before I got to jump on with Investor Plug. Do you want to do any of your leads, Paul?
Yeah, we can give another one a ring. Hold on.
And make sure that you call at different times of the day too when you get these leads. Don't worry about it's like you're doing your job if you get a restraining order. I don't really mean that, but like you need to you pay for leads, you need to get a hold of them. So
yeah, hold on one second, Travis. I actually have.
A lot of people don't. They're like really scared to bug people, and it's like these people okay, here, a lot of people go online and they put their information in because they want this. So it's like game on, right? Like I'm here to do it. I bought the lead. You filled it out. We'll bring it on the phone.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna double call all of them if they don't answer.
Yeah. You say you're not great on phone. You'll get good at phone calls. You'll be a master at phone calls. And everybody's wiring's different. So you don't have to be you. Like if you're not I don't know, just be you on the phone. Don't be me. Just be you. It's you can even tell people I hate this, but you filled out the form and I think I can help, just whatever, just be you, that's the only way to win. All right.
Okay, I'm making a call, Travis.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right.
Look at my screen or no?
No, it's black. Oh.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it said you were sharing, but do you have multiple monitors?
No, it's only one. And I have my little wannabe CRM right here. I'm looking at on.
I don't know, but we can hear you.
All right, good. All right. I'm calling them. 394. Give me 1 second.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Well, dial it again. Some people's go straight if they're on do not disturb. So you got to call them. It's fine sometimes to get through. I keep my phone on do not disturb. I own a lot of rental property, so people like us are calling me all day too. Except I'm nice to them when they call. I coach them. I'm like, hey, bro, you should have and they'll get mad at me. Anyway, sorry, Paul. I know you're done.
Dad, I'm gonna leave some notes, and I called at 1:40. It says no answer. Sent the follow-up text. Called at 3:53 p.m. Okay, and then I'm gonna save my note. All right. Yeah, I'm actually probably, Travis, I was gonna hold on, I lost you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna purchase probably another 10 leads today and call them and then follow up tomorrow as well.
And if you would, if y'all make calls, like go to Zoom, hit record. If you want, if you're not comfortable, whatever. But I want to help. I'll give you a critique on your calls. You know what I mean? It'll help so much. Just post it in the group if you're comfortable. If not, cool. But if you are, like, post it and then like I'll do a critique that to help. All right. Well, y'all got any other?
Hey,
Do what, Paul?
well, I'm just telling them if I'm comfortable doing it, I guarantee all of them should be.
Hell yeah. That's the only way you're gonna get good at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just remember, you're not selling anything. Like, you're the buyer. You hold all the cards. The people filled out the form. You're the buyer. So you just want to shift your mindset to, like, I'm not calling to sell people. And people like, what do you want? I'm like, what do you want? Like, you filled out the form. Like, I want to talk to you about your product. You want to sell it? You know, like, if not, cool. So it gets easier when you put your mindset and you're an investor, you're a buyer. Like, you know. All right, well, we'll start doing 2 trainings this week or maybe more. I just want to jump on today because I had some extra time. So
Sweet, man. Well, I appreciate it.
yeah, y'all have a good day.
Yep. You too, man.